My name is Lori Swag, and I spoke at SWEET in 2009.
My name's Karen Patton. I spoke at SWEET in 2010.
My name's Judy Andrew Peel, and I spoke at SWEET in 2011.
My name's Donna Davis, and I spoke in 2013.
My name is Kat Weaver, and I was a guest speaker at the 2014 SWEET Night.
Hey everybody, I'm Amanda Schultz, and I spoke at SWEET in 2014.
My name is Sharon Donnelly, and I spoke at SWEET in 2016.
The title of the talk was Following Your Passion, What Drives You Forward.
I spoke about the balance between being a mom and wanting to be active and kind of trying to find that balance of being able to get everything done.
I talked about the women that I felt had inspired me to do what I do.
I spoke on the importance of gratitude and really how sport helps you flex your gratitude muscle.
That night, I talked about how my little biking program that served 20 kids a week grew to be a registered charity and a partner with a national organization.
I spoke at SWEET in 2014 about bicycles and happiness. It's that old adage that you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bicycle, and that's pretty close.
I spoke about me, the importance of me, or we, and looking after ourselves, because if we don't look after ourselves, we can't help the others in our lives.
In 2010, I actually discovered I could write songs and sing those songs, and I decided now is the time to figure out what that looks like in a bigger capacity.
I've managed to, with the support of my family again, I've done about 3 or 4 marathons and I've done a triathlon. And over the last 3 or 4 years, I've kind of cut back and taken up to pacing at the half in Ottawa and at Army, and that has been a blast.
I've continued to do all the things I was doing before. I've done one more Ironman. I think that's probably my last Ironman. I'm starting to feel my age. I'll be 55 this year. But I've had a lot of fun doing all the same things that I've been doing all along.
Gratitude for me has really fueled the last 4 years since I spoke at the SWEET event. In that time, I've sold my yoga studio. I'm still teaching yoga, which I'm grateful for, 2 mornings a week with a dedicated group of about 25 yogis.
Since 2014, our volunteer base at Trips for Kids has tripled, allowing us to serve more and more youth.
So I'm the Women's Business Manager at Trek, and we've been hard at work getting more women on more bikes more often.
I've been assigned to be race director for the Ottawa International Triathlon. It is a huge undertaking, and now looking after myself, even that 15 minutes I take, that 30 minutes is crucial because I'm working a lot to bring this incredible international event to Ottawa.
Hi, I'm Pam McCormack, and I spoke at SWEET back in 2012. I had just lost 150 pounds and got introduced to running. It was the most exciting thing. I won 2 gold medals in my age category, whereas for the last 30 years, being morbidly obese, I couldn't even walk to the end of the laneway. So everything was so exciting.
My name is Cindy Hooper, and I spoke at SWEET in 2014. It was a year after I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. So I basically just spoke about everything that had happened to me in that year. I had huge surgery and went through 18 rounds of chemotherapy, 28 days of radiation. I finished an Ironman while I was on chemotherapy, raised $50,000 for the hospital. So it was a really crazy year, lots of ups and downs, highs and lows. It was probably one of the most incredible years of my life and one of the most painful.
So my name's Tanya Curtis, and I spoke at SWEET 2 years ago, 2015, which was exactly 2 years after I went to the University of Ottawa Heart Institute to receive a heart transplant. And then once I had heart disease, then it was a different set of restrictions of just not having a heart that really functioned very well and having to kind of work my way around trying to find different activities to do and still trying to stay active.
When you asked me to come back today, I wanted to be able to say that life was wonderful after that, but life doesn't always end up that way. And I woke up one morning and I couldn't move my arms or my legs, and I didn't know what had happened.
So pancreatic cancer has a very poor 5-year survival rate. So seriously, the fact that I'm still here is really, really wonderful.
Then, since then, it's been post-transplant challenges with medication and complications and things like that have gone on since I had the transplant.
I have to go to the hospital for CT scans every 6 months to check to see if the cancer comes back or not. And so when we get the great news that it's not returned, we plan like crazy for the next 6 months and live life to the fullest.
One night somebody asked me if I want to go back to Sweet Night, and I thought no, because I was so, I guess, ashamed of the weight gain and the loss of mobility. Although it wasn't my fault, I felt I had let people down because I was such the big weight loss story and such a positive story. So I said, I'm going to go to Sweet Night anyway. And I went with my walker, and I lined up at the front door with my walker, and I waited for the jokes, the laughter, the criticism, and none of that happened. I was in a world of incredibly encouraging, sporty women.
And I appreciate the donor and the donor family giving me that second chance at life. And so I guess I'm really trying to honor that and just really take part in things that I couldn't do a couple of years ago when I was so sick.
So in 2015, I formed a running team called Marathoners Gone Viral and had 132 of my friends and family run the Ottawa Marathon with me, and we raised $111,000 for the hospital, so that was really great.
I said, I'm not going to hide anymore. So I started slowly on an exercise bike, and I started slowly on a walking routine, and the weight started coming off again.
I went on a trip with my family to Newfoundland. We brought the kids and we hiked up Grossmorn Mountain, and that was also great landscape and great views, and I was thrilled to be on the top of Grossmorn because, again, I would not have been able to do that a couple of years ago. I've just tried to really embrace things like that I love to do, swimming and skiing and hiking with my family and things like that. And great to be able to do those things.
I'm forming another running team called Marathoners Gone Viral 2017, and we are going to be running at Ottawa Race Weekend to try to raise awareness and money for the cancer research that's happening at the Ottawa Hospital right now. And in August, I plan to race an Ironman to try to qualify for the Hawaii Ironman World Championships, because that's been a big dream of mine for a long time. So that's about it.
The goal of Sweet, right from the beginning, was to motivate women to get out and get active. The whole idea was to make women want to go and do something. It didn't matter what it was, any kind of activity will do, but just to motivate women of all shapes and sizes to go out and do something to get active. 10 years ago when we had the first Sweet Night, we actually served wine at Sweet because we needed to get people to come, and it was the only way we could figure out to get them to come. I am so excited that 10 years later, when we have this event, we sell tickets to 500 women and we sell out the building. To see that many people wanting to come here and get motivated and to do something is just so exciting for me. I love every minute of it. And over the years, we've seen people come back. I've been stopped in the grocery store by people thanking me for Sweet, telling me that it got them out and it got them out the door. That's been our goal, and I am just ever so proud of all the people that have made this happen and the fact that it's still happening 10 years later. And I want to thank all of you for coming here and for supporting this event and helping to make it what it is, because it's all about you.
You don't have to wait until you get diagnosed with something horrible like cancer to understand how wonderful life is and to appreciate it.
Those little accomplishments and victories really do add up in the long run into something pretty impressive.
Get out there, stay active, love yourselves, take care of everybody.
Make up your own rules and figure out what works for you, and there's often a way to do it, and it may not be what you anticipated.
And it's difficult at times, but it is really just a step at a time. And at some point you look back and go, wow, I've come this far. I can't believe it.
But I just wanted to let people know that you can't give up. You gotta hang on.
Make sure that you always acknowledge and celebrate the little victories that you manage to make over time, because often that's really all we've got the time to do.
I believe life is not a spectator sport. It's far too fragile for that.
Just taking that 30 minutes or that 1 hour a couple times a week to really make sure that it's for me makes me more effective in the work that I'm doing, and I'm a happier mom, and I'm a better coach.
I challenge you to reach out to one woman in your life who would benefit from a bike ride. A bike ride can change a person's attitude, it can change their outlook, it can change their day, and ultimately it can change their life.
Try not to sweat the small stuff, and just try to be very positive and grateful, and live your life to its fullest every day.
Get out there, ladies. Find an organization or a cause that you are passionate about and get involved. Use your gifts and talents to make a difference.
And it's been 10 awesome, inspirational years. It's such an exciting thing.
So my message to all of you and to all of us is you go out, whether it's big, whether it's small, whether it's a huge achievement, whether it's just a little thing, go out and do it because you can.